Hello, hello, hello. Great to see you again. Thanks a lot for joining me. Really excited to present to you the next video. Life is like a Broadway play. Oh, by the way, my name is Steven. Good to see you. Have you noticed when you go to a play, you have the star and then you have the supporting characters? The supporting characters, they come onto the stage and they play a role, and then with a minute they leave. You have other characters that come on the stage and they play a different role. Just like life, you are the star, and then you have supporting characters, including people like your teacher, your best friend, brother, sister, parents, co-workers, boss, bully, etc. Each of those people coming to the stage of your life, and they play a role. I have noticed throughout my life that people come in for a reason. Oftentimes we don't know why. I want to share an amazing experience that I had many years ago. I was working at an airport, and my job was to fuel planes, tow them, help with customer service, help the mechanic work on the plane, and etc. It was a really fun job, but it was difficult at the beginning. My boss was a young man. I'll call him Bob. That's not his real name. He asked me not to use his name for professional reasons. You'll understand why in a moment. One of the things he had to teach me was to transfer fuel from the fuel farm. They were big tanks, and it was my job to learn how to transfer to the truck. It involved a complicated procedure. I was transferring thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of fuel. So, of course, I was a little bit nervous. Bob, my boss, was not patient with me. His style of management was a little bit too much for me. He was the kind of guy who was a little bit too sure of himself. He had a lot of confidence. He was something like a cowboy. He was not patient with me. However, slowly I showed him what I was capable of doing. I eventually became a pilot, and he saw what I was capable of doing. And we actually became really good friends, and we still are to this day. So, he and I would fly to different towns. We would go out for lunch and then fly back. We would take turns flying. Maybe I would fly the first leg, and then Bob would fly the second leg back. One time we had an emergency at night. It was really scary. It was his turn to fly. Because the electrical system failed, we couldn't see the panel. So my job was to help him navigate. Obviously, we made it home safe. That shows how far he and I have gone to work together as a team. Eventually, the airport management collapsed. they were losing money, that they would afford to close their operations. So they laid off all the people, including me and Bob and other people. I moved to Ohio. Bob got married, got another job at another airport. His wife got pregnant and they had a baby boy. We kept in touch. One day I received an email from him, from my old boss. He said, my wife and I, we want to fly to Ohio to visit with you. We have an announcement to make. I thought to myself, okay, sure. I told him, come, anytime. So they flew the following week. We got together, we had breakfast. We made small talk. What's up? How are you? Anything new? Nothing big. But I was sitting there thinking, okay, when is the announcement coming? Bob, when he was finished with his breakfast, I knew the time had come. He had to tell me something. So he put down his fork and got ready. I noticed that his eyes were moist, they were wet. So I thought, oh no, maybe he had to share bad news with me or something. I thought, what the hell could you tell me? Does he have cancer? Or are they getting divorced? I didn't know. So Bob looked at me in the eyes. He said, you remember I told you, my wife got pregnant. We had a baby boy, remember? I said, yeah, I remember. He said, well, guess what? My son is deaf. Wow. Right at that moment, I knew that the universe had come full circle. My whole body was covered in goosebumps. I was shocked. It took me a few minutes to recover. And then I said to him, okay, what can I do for you? And Bob said, well, we came for some advice from you. Honestly, I was surprised because Bob, many years ago, was not the kind of person that asked people for advice. He was too proud. That was my impression of him. Well, over the years, he changed a lot, it was obvious. So I give him a lot of credit. Anyway, so I shared my advice with him, with the both of them, and then they left. That was it. So I thought about that for a few weeks after that, and I realized, life hit like a Broadway play. While I was working with him, I was not yet aware that I was his spiritual teacher. But looking back, I realized that was my purpose for showing up in his life. And he helped me also. He helped me to learn how to be. If I remember correctly, I didn't do anything to try to impress him. I was just being. I did the best I could. And I gave him love where I could. And he picked that up, I think. So I helped him. Anyway, the point I want to make is that we never know why people come into your life, to the stage of your life. You never know. Oftentimes, we're there to help them with something, or they're in your life to help you with something. So next time you have a hard time with a person, open your mind, open your heart, and see, ask the universe, Okay, what can I learn from this? You might be surprised. Until next time, thanks for listening to me.